The most important warning about the American economy right now, it's not coming from Wall Street. Nope, it's coming from the aisles of Home Depot. We're going to explore how this retail giant, which has always been a symbol of American prosperity, is now flashing this huge warning sign that something is, well, fundamentally broken.
For decades, Home Depot wasn't just a store, right? It was a symbol of the American dream. It stood for the idea that you could build a better life with your own two hands. But that very foundation, it's cracking. Lately, sales have just plummeted, and its market value has practically evaporated. And this isn't just some dip in the stock market. This is a really profound signal that the economic engine of the country is in serious trouble.
So where do these cracks even start to show? Well, the alarm was actually sounded by Home Depot's own leadership, the very people who have a direct line to how American households are spending their money. And believe me, they weren't subtle about it.
Look, this isn't a warning from some pessimistic blogger online. This is from Home Depot's own CEO, Ted Decker, who came right out and warned of an economic freefall. That's not the usual corporate speak you hear, is it? It's a blunt, honest admission that the American consumer is just stalling out. When the biggest home improvement retailer in the nation says its customers are abandoning big projects, we should all be paying very close attention.
And that free fall he mentioned, it's got a price tag, $30 billion. That's how much market value the company lost. Just to put that into perspective for you, that's more than the entire value of a company like Hershey. So this isn't just a dip, it's a massive, massive loss of investor confidence, and it's reflecting a real collapse in what people are spending.
So, how in the world did we get here? Well, the story really starts with the pandemic. It created this strange economic fever dream, and it was right inside that dream that the seeds of today's crisis were planted. We've all felt this economic whiplash, haven't we? Back in 2020, renovation spending just exploded. But then, by 2021, the supply chains were in total chaos, and lumber prices quadrupled. Then came 2022, when the Fed started hiking interest rates like crazy to fight inflation, which pretty much ended the boom right there. And well, that brings us to today, with in-store transactions in an absolute freefall.
And those rate hikes, they were just devastating for the average person. Just look at the math here for a $400,000 home. A 3% mortgage during the pandemic meant a monthly payment of about $1,350. At 7%, that same exact mortgage costs over $2,100. That's an extra $800 a month. That's almost $10,000 a year. That one change completely shattered affordability and just froze the housing market solid.
And here it is. Here's the human cost behind all those numbers. This quote, it just captures the shift perfectly. The entire national mindset changed, seemingly overnight, from aspiration to just survival. A new patio doesn't really matter when you're worried about getting laid off. And when the middle class stops spending on their dreams and starts spending only on what's necessary, the aisles of stores like Home Depot, they start to empty out.
Okay, so this brings us to a really strange phenomenon in the housing market. Even as demand plummeted, prices didn't crash. They stayed stubbornly high. And the reason for this is something economists are calling the golden handcuff effect.
So what in the world are golden handcuffs? Well, it's basically a kind of trap. Millions of people either bought homes or refinanced during the pandemic, and they locked in these unbelievably low mortgage rates. Now with rates hovering around 7%, they're stuck. Why would anyone give up a 2.8% mortgage to buy another house at more than double the rate? They won't. And when millions of people all make that same logical decision, the entire market just freezes.
And the consequences of that are just enormous. With no one selling, housing inventory is at rock bottom. This scarcity keeps prices artificially high, which creates an impossible situation for first-time homebuyers. But there's another, less obvious problem: crippled labor mobility. People can't move for better jobs if they're trapped in their homes, which, makes the whole economy less dynamic and efficient.
Now, this crisis isn't just isolated to Home Depot. The problems there are spreading like a contagion across the entire housing and construction ecosystem. It's a real domino effect, and the data absolutely proves it. This is not just a Home Depot story. Take a look at the stock performance of the biggest home builders in the country. Leonard, down 35%. D.R. Horton, over 22%. Even a luxury home builder like Toll Brothers is down over 26%. This is a sector-wide collapse, and it confirms a deep, systemic breakdown is happening.
And this slowdown creates this just terrifying feedback loop. You have Home Depot, with its 500,000 employees, reducing hours and freezing hiring. So those employees, now worried about their jobs, stop spending money.
That lack of spending then hurts company revenues even more, which leads to layoffs. And of course, the unemployed spend even less, which just accelerates the whole cycle. It's like a snake eating its own tail.
But this is about more than just a recession. This economic crisis is actually forcing a profound cultural shift. People are calling it the Great Consumer Reset, and it's really about redefining the American dream itself.
The old mantra of constant upgrading, make it better, has been replaced by a new, much more sober reality: make it last. This is a retreat from that endless cycle of consumerism. People are actually mending old clothes, repairing broken appliances, and learning skills their grandparents knew. That do-it-yourself spirit, which was once kind of co-opted by retailers as a way to get you to buy more stuff, is returning to its original meaning: genuine self-reliance and freedom from a marketplace that runs on debt.
So what does this new dream even look like? Well, it's definitely not about the size of your house anymore. It's about debt-free living and the peace of mind that comes with it. It's about self-sufficiency and having the actual skills to take care of yourself. It's about community. And maybe most importantly, it's about owning your time, not just owning more things. Success isn't defined by what you can buy, but by the quality of your life.
The fall of Home Depot is so much more than a business story. It's the story of a collapse of trust in the old American dream. And in its place, a new dream is emerging, one that's defined by resilience and authenticity. The ultimate lesson from those empty hardware aisles might just be that the new measure of wealth isn't about what you can accumulate, but maybe what you can live without.